Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dana Leuenberger for Los Cabos Home and Life, and today we have a very special show for you guys. As you can see, we are in location. We're transmitting live from Villa Neptuno. Villa Neptuno is located in Cabo San Lucas. We're very close to Medano Beach and to downtown. It's just a 5-minute drive. Also, wanted to show you we started in this area because the landscape and all of the pool area, it's so beautiful. This is a very low dense community. It's mostly foreigners, people that live here, that have bought here is for snowbirds, like we say, they come on the winter time. But it's really well located, and it's a beautiful place. As you can see, it has been built for a long time. They just put the sprinklers on. That is just great. Okay, so if you can guys follow me this way. I want to show you the pool area that is absolutely gorgeous. It's very resort style living. So today we had a little bit of wind this morning and it was pretty cold. Also, I wanted to invite you today. We have at the same time our open house. We'll be here from 12 to 4 p.m. And we have a sweepstakes for all the realtors that come by. If you drop your business card off, then we will come, the winner will come and broadcast one of our radio shows from your listing. Or if you're not a broker or a real estate agent, so if you're a business owner, we can also do it from your business. So that's great. All right, so we're just gonna go and go to the condo, Villa number 7, and I'll take you on a tour of that. It's very well maintained, very low HOAs, enjoyable. So today on our show, we have our guest, our Bobbie Caray. She's a former director of economic development for Cache County, and now is a publisher on an online newspaper for the resort town of Big Bear Lake, Utah. And also we have as guest Isabelle Gagnon. She's a health wellness coach, certified lifestyle educator, and we will be talking to her about her new projects. One is the trail in Rancho Parralito, and also is a health concept cooking classes that you can take at home. All right, so if you please can follow me, and I'll take you to Villa number 7. I think, can we go this way? ¿Podemos ir de este lado? Okay. Yeah, the sprinklers just came on, right? These things happen. Okay. So there's when you come, there's plenty of parking. They will ask for your ID at the gate. And upstairs, that's you can see that's Villa 7. That's where our listing. And so if you can join me this way, we'll just go upstairs. I love how they do all the cactus. You can see all the detail. They're very healthy grown cactus. And okay, we're going through the neighbors. Great. I missed the other turn actually, but I mean it's live, right? So it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the street that it all access, so you can see. So it's interesting that you also saw where the pool area, the common grounds are, and then this is the access street, so where they have parking. This condo is also for sale. That's another listing, and so and then we're upstairs. So if you can join me up, and I'll take you on a tour of this beautiful condo. I should have washed my truck. Okay. Very, very good. So welcome to Villa 7 at Villa Neptuno. And as you can see, it all this property is for sale. It comes all fully furnished, except for some of the art pieces. But please come on in. We're so happy that you can join us. And so you can take a look how calm and nice colors, all of this. It has really nice details like those mantas you can see up there. So basically it's turnkey. The listing is priced in the market for $252,000. So right now here we're in the living room. This is the dining room. We have a very large, like very nice size terrace, and then we have the master bedroom and a guest bedroom. So if you can come this way. Here we have a full equipped kitchen. And what they did is that this is the original tile. They just refurbished the what do you call this? The grout. But they have been doing such a good job on keeping the maintenance. Everything has a fresh coat of paint. Now I'll show you. This is where washer and dryer are. And this is the master bedroom. It's just so fresh, and it's very nice. And one of the things, because we're on the second floor, is the high ceilings. So this gives it a lot of spaciousness, very calm feeling, and also you can open your windows, your sliding doors, and it's just really nice. Comes a very nice breeze. And like I said, it comes fully furnished. So for the location, the beautiful area, we're right on price. And this is a master bathroom, like I was mentioning. Everything is the original. So it's very Mexican, traditional. And I also wanted to mention that this area is great for rentals. If you want to purchase this condo for a rental investment, this would be really good. So you can see everything's just really well looked after. And, well, it's just like you only need to bring your toothbrush and your clothes, and that's it. Okay. So now I'm going to take you to the second bedroom that you are going to like. It has a very neat feature. And if you can come here, and then we'll say hello to our guest. They're already here. So guys, look at this. Isn't this a great idea? So if for the kids, they built this. And actually, it's such a good solution for space. You can sleep here 4 more people. So in a rental point of view, if you have 4 people here, then the master bedroom 2, you can also put a sofa bed. And you can have a lot of people enjoying here the beautiful weather in Cabo. You can make a good profit. Also, this is kind of neat. This stairs, they open up, so it's a little bodega. Yeah, I put my purse there. But I mean, the kids actually love it. And this comes with a condo. Then we also have the bathroom with a very large size closet, as you can see. So plenty of space to look after. And this one shuts off for a owner's closet, where you can store like your linens and towels, whatever. So when you don't have it rented, people don't access here, and then you can just pull up your own things. So you can see in everywhere the detail and the care that has been looked after in this condo. We closed on this condo. I sold it to my friends in 2014. And it wasn't like this when they purchased it. Like, they have made it their own. We have this really nice terrace. We're gonna access through here. Give me 1 second. So look at this. Even for this bedroom, this could be like a nice sitting area. And it's all in the deck. So I want you guys to take a look at how spacious it is and how nice. So can you imagine yourself here in the morning, sitting here having coffee, reading a book or checking your social media, whatever, and then you have that beautiful view. As you can see, you have a view to the water. The Princess Cruise is here in town. Huge cruise. You can see it. So it's really, really conveniently located. Okay, so now we're going to come in, and I'm going to introduce you to our guest today because we have a very fun show for you guys. I'm just going to sit here, and I'm going to say hello. Here. Hi, Bobbie. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
I am so glad to be here. This is a beautiful place.
Isn't it?
Absolutely stunning.
It is really nice. And Isabelle, hi, how are you?
Good morning, Dana.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us on the show. It's going to be a lot of information, and we want to hear all about your projects.
Thanks for the invitation. Pleasure to be here. And yes, it's a beautiful, sunny place.
Isn't it just so
Yes.
calm?
I could stay here all day.
Yes, and I think we have a buyer here. You do. Yeah, you said the price was nice. Okay, so we're going to start with Bobbie, our interview. And so, Bobbie, you have a very interesting, since I met you, very interesting background. You're former director of economic development for Cache County and also a publisher for a newspaper online in Utah, in
Yes.
Big Bear.
Bear Lake.
Bear Lakes.
And it's a small online newspaper, but we do all the civic news. And I have 4 reporters, of which she is one.
Yeah.
And we have, I live in a community of 2,000 people. So this is a big city for me coming to Cabo.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, when you were saying Bobbie's sister is here joining us, also, hello. I'm so happy that you liked it. So, Bobbie, you have been coming to Cabo for 13 years.
Yes, every year for 13 years, and we actually bought a timeshare sight unseen based on my cousin's recommendation, and then my husband and I came here every single year. He died 2 years ago, and that's when you and I met.
Yes, it was recent.
Yes, and I had a very strange realtor pick me up and show me things, and I was getting more and more nervous about what he was saying and doing.
Oh, you're going to say the story about when we met. Okay.
And so Dana was showing one of the homes that we were looking at, and I jumped into her car and said, "You're taking me home. I'm not going any farther."
So let me go back a little bit. So I get a call from a realtor on a Sunday, and he said, "Could you show me a condo you're listing at Ventanas, Phase 2?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "But I don't know how to get there." And I said, "Oh, you're new in town. Yeah, no worries. I'll meet you at the Friendly Market." And he goes like, "No, I've been here for 4 years." And I said, "But you're a new realtor." "No, I've been selling." And I said like, "Oh, really?" So that seemed a little bit odd. So I met you guys at the parking lot, and he was driving, well, this vehicle, I'm not going to go into details. You come around, you get in my car, and you said, like, basically, take me away.
I did.
And I'm like,
I needed rescuing.
What happened?
I had been widowed 3 weeks, and we'd come down on the vacation that my husband and I had planned, because other widows said, if you stop coming this year, you'll never come back. And I agreed, and I came down. So Dana and I fled the area, and it sounds like another hurricane is coming.
No, I left the window.
Locked the window.
Yeah, I didn't locked it. Yeah, no, there's no ghost here.
No ghosts. And so we laughed, and what I found most wonderful about Dana is that she's really, really, well, she's special, but she's also really honest and truthful. I always tell my friends, after she had taken me to at least 30 condos, and we'd had lunch together every day for a week.
I know, we had so much fun.
We did. She said, at the price range you're looking for, you're not going to find what you want, and at your age, she didn't say at your age.
Yes, I didn't.
But it was implied.
No, it wasn't.
This is not for you to buy. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Because I was getting to the point where I was actually going to make an offer, and she was so right, because I didn't find the perfect place and was almost going to settle. So here I am back again looking.
So, no, but this is a funny part. Some realtors might be going like, what? Even my broker, what? You didn't sell her anything? Because, like, you can come and rent. When we went through, because I do like to sit down and listen to the buyer, like their wish list, right? A Christmas or Santa Claus list. And there was nothing out there, so it was easier for you to come once a year and rent. That's what you're doing right now.
Yes,
because you also didn't want to get into the rental pool and all that.
Exactly. But as I was talking to Isabelle, she came 12 years ago, and I guess you bought.
No, I didn't buy.
Oh, you didn't buy? Oh, but 12 years ago, houses were a lot cheaper, and if I had come and bought, the way that Cabo is growing now, I was in economic development in my community for 20 years, and I see the signs of a critical mass being met here in Cabo, that it's growing fast enough that very soon there will be no condos like this that looks like a $500,000 or $1 million home for $250,000.
No, this is a good opportunity.
Yeah. So it was really fun, but Dana and I have kept in touch with Facebook and talking to each other, and I consider her a friend, and that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we are friends. And remember when we went to the, what do you call it, like the art walk? You even showed me how to pose.
That's the other thing. I had thought I had gone to the art walk, and so I went to, this main square in San Jose, and there was nothing there. And I walked all around, and I thought, well, maybe they're not having it. But everybody said, no, they have it on Thursday. Could not find the art walk. So I told her, I said, I couldn't. She says, come the next week. She brought me. We went to a wonderful taco place.
La Lupita. That is such a good restaurant.
And then we walked around, and of course, Dana paints. So she knew all the artists. I felt very, very proud to be in her presence.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. I am not paying you at all, right? But see, that's the thing. That's how I was brought up in this business. It's not everything about just having a sale. It's more about the person and making a friend, because we have kept in touch for a long time. And I mean, I didn't get a commission, but I made a really, really good friend for life.
And I have recommended you to many people.
See?
So it works, but it is a lovely place to live. I enjoy coming down here. Now I'm coming for 6 weeks to 2 months in the wintertime. I live in a resort.
You do? It's a beautiful place.
In the lake, overlooking the lake. And my sister lives there too, and it's gorgeous. She was just talking about the deer and the moose that we see every day. But it is a little daunting to have 4 and 5 feet of snow. So this is a pleasure to come down here during the heavy snow season.
Yeah, exactly. What is one of the things that you like most about Cabo, or Los Cabos?
So many things. Well, for one thing, you cannot find a bad restaurant here, I swear. Every place has the most delicious food, of freshly picked vegetables, and she's into holistic food and things like that. Going and being able to buy 20 avocados for $4 is just amazing. And they're all just freshly picked. It tastes like farm to fresh here. farm to table, I guess.
That's
is what they call
the
it.
concept here.
But also the weather is perfect. Now, I haven't been here in the summer. I've told the summer's pretty hot. But really, every night here, and I've been here in January, February, and March, the nights are cool, good sleeping weather, and the days are warm and hot and good beach weather.
Yeah. Bobbie, another question. What do you answer people when they tell you Cabo is very dangerous? Why do you go to Mexico?
That is the first thing that anyone says to me. You are so brave to go to Mexico by yourself. And I think, this is the safest place I have ever been. It feels safe. I know people here. I have made friends here coming this long. And I've driven up and down the corridor, which everybody says, oh, that's so dangerous. It's not that dangerous if you follow the rules.
Exactly, and then you are in a good speed.
Right. I have never even come close, ever in 13 years, to being even uncomfortable, except for this realtor who was a gringo.
Yes, he was.
This is something I wish we could. I wish we could stop saying, because Mexico is a lovely country. The people here are so lovely. I had tooth fall out. I had to have a root canal 4 days ago.
Yes.
And after the dentist spent 2 hours on my poor mouth, I was walking out, and he said, how are you going to get home? And I said, well, I can walk. It's just a couple blocks. He says, oh, no, you're not going to walk. He stops his practice. He gets his car and takes me to my condo.
That is lovely. Tell us.
That happens all the time.
Your recommendation for me is very important, and I need a dentist. What's his name, and where is the clinic at?
You should have. The clinic is in San Jose, and it is... all of a sudden, my mind has gone blank.
Oh, I'm sorry, I need to put you in this spot.
Is it Soy Mayor? I hope.
I'm sorry, Mayor.
It's Peninsula Dental. That's what it was.
Peninsula Dental. Well,
And
thank
they
you
were
so
very
much.
good.
Very kind of you, because that's what makes Cabo special. That they took you to Europe. They didn't say like, okay, lady, thank you for paying us. Bye.
Right. And gave me a big hug when I left. I find this place absolutely is delightful and makes it feel like home.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. No, because there's a lot of things, and like people will go like, oh, you're in Mexico? Oh my God, that's so dangerous. No, it's not.
It's not dangerous. And everybody is geared to tourism, and so they are extra nice to tourists.
And you have been traveling all of your life. I remember you guys even were in.
We were in Syria when the Arab Spring broke out.
What year was that?
That was in 2011, and we were in Jordan. Those Middle Eastern countries are also filled with wonderful people. I have lived in Tokyo, Japan, wonderful people. I think really your reaction to people probably drives their reaction.
Yes.
And
I like that.
And so I think if Americans come down with I'm going to be scared and you're scary, you don't speak English. Well, of course, we don't speak Spanish, but poquito.
Poquito español. But everybody makes the effort to
Everybody
understand.
tries very hard, and almost everybody I met speaks 2 languages, which speaks well for your education system here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a treasure. I probably shouldn't say a thing about it, because I love it the way it is right now, and people will come.
Well, that's part of the thing, like that people are coming. Cabo is growing more and more. We have some things that we have to look after, like mobility, the roads, but I really think that things are changing. This is my personal perspective. When things were changing, and I don't like to get into the politics, but I was kind of like a bit concerned because it was a big change. But the other day I wrote something on, like a comment. I was at the water company, and I was so impressed about their service, how fast it was, and I was like, I'm looking, there's some good changes, and that gives me a lot of confidence. Also, like, we're dealing with permits for construction, and the same thing, the absolutely great service and fast.
And I'm told that realtors are going to have to be licensed now.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is a
another
big
thing.
change.
That's another thing. The law, and we talked about this on the TV the program in Spanish, and we're going to do something in English too. Yes, the law is right now in effect. All 2019, we have time to get certified. Thank God that in our company, in Keller Williams, we had the opportunity from Plan Capa that they certified us in the summer, and now there's, I think they're finishing the second Plan Capa, so it has to be accredited by the SEP. SEP is Secretaría de Educación Pública, and that's the only entity it recognizes. So it's not only for realtors, but for people who do rentals and property management. Anybody that has to do anything with the housing market has to have a license. And in 2020, it goes into full effect, and there will be inspectors. So they will be going into the brokerage and checking that the people have their credentials. If not, we're talking about 8,500 pesos fines. And the government doesn't want to do it like people are saying, oh, they just want the money. No, they don't. They don't. They want to make it really easy, and they're working hard. Last week, we were at Qatar, and here at the marina, and we met with La Licenciada Berta Barron. She's the Secretary of Economy for our state. Brilliant woman. I was so impressed by her too, and how passionate she was about this law and how she wants to make it work, but makes it work for the benefit of all of us.
I think it will make everybody more professional, and that will be good. And you will be able to have recourse if something happens that you don't feel is right, too. So that's really good. What else do I love about Cabo besides the people and the food and the ocean, of course, and the weather? And I love the colors of Mexico.
The bright colors, right?
Colors.
Like this color has like
yes.
the strap.
I'm coming in here saying, oh, I want my house to be yellow.
we can do that.
And the colors of the embroidery work and the handiwork that is done here are so spectacular.
And last year we talked, Bobbie, about having a girls' trip to Guadalajara.
Oh, yes. Now, have you heard about Guadalajara?
I've been many times.
Have you?
See?
Did you buy furniture there?
No, because I'm not into buying furniture, but there's so much to see.
Oh, you have to get the microphone. Okay, sorry.
I've been many times to Guadalajara. It's a beautiful city, very big, and if you're going to buy something, I agree with you, Bobbie, it's the place to buy, from furniture to anything, but no, for me, I'm here for a different reason, so
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So about, I saw that you posted, Isabelle, about the trail. And I said, you know what, I would love for our audience to know about that, because our show is Los Cabos Home. Everything has to do at home, but live, also the lifestyle. And you're a lifestyle coach?
I'm actually a health and wellness coach, and
Yes.
I'm a lifestyle educator. So,
Okay.
And so I came here actually in Los Cabos for very different reasons, not to retire, actually to start a new career. I was in the financial field for 25 years, but my calling really, what prepared me to what I'm supposed to do in this earth plane is healthy lifestyle. So when I arrived here, I was changing career from financial to taking my health coaching certification and my lifestyle educating certification. And I came down here because it was the first time I wasn't working. I was studying to change career. And it's not only that I fell in love with the beauty of Los Cabos, but I felt this was very weird. I received the message that I was supposed to be here to help a country change their lifestyle. And I'm thinking, you can't tell anybody that, Isabelle, because you don't speak the language, you don't know anybody, and you're hearing voices. So you can't just say this to just anybody. But
Now you've said it on TV.
yes, I did. But you know what was the decision factor? I'd rented the place for 3 weeks, and I ended up staying for 5 months. because I needed to explore what was that thing that I was hearing. Until such time as I saw a beautiful Mexican woman sitting in front of McDonald's with her beautiful little child, and she was savoring this gorgeous mango, like it was juicy and it's coming down her hands, and then she washed it down with a big bottle of Coca-Cola.
Ooh, everything sounded so good until the Coca-Cola part.
It's a world of extreme, and up north we're responsible for bringing that here, and I'm thinking, yes, I need to be here. So my last 12 years has been an incredible journey, like as much challenging as fulfilling, because it's not easy to start something in a new country when you don't have the language. You don't know anybody, but I knew I was supposed to be here. And people have told me at first, you should be here to help the gringos, the expat, and I go, no, I'm here for the Mexican. And of course, way back 12 years ago, where you didn't see what you see today. People that are running, we have triathlons now, we have, cyclists, like people are moving. The lifestyle has changed here, but 12 years ago, I was part of a handful of people, very grateful and humbling part of a handful of people that help put wellness really on the map. And so 12 years later, when you see all of this movement, and the fastest growing segment of the population here is the middle class. They're educated now, they have jobs, they buy houses, they have children, they're into sports, and most of these people have someone at home helping them with the cooking. They're busy, they work 6 days a week, and they employ what I call, there's a word now because I don't like to talk about the different financial class of the society like we've known before. What we used to be called the lower class is called the underserved class. I prefer that word. So the underserved population, they have very humble means they're not educated in the way that the middle class is, and they're employed by that middle class. So now the middle class that is, into sports and so on, and realize what a healthy lifestyle is, they want to have cooking. They want to cook better. So that's with my second project, but you've asked me something about the first project. You can tell that I'm passionate about lifestyle, so I jumped into the second one. But come back to the first one.
But that's what I love about you, your passion, because we had a coffee on Friday, and I went home and I go like, when you meet a person that just has so much value, and you go like a beautiful soul, and I was driving home and I go like, I really want her to be my friend.
I'm actually grown to be very, very, I'm very proud of Los Cabos. I'm proud to call it home. I'm very supportive of the community because it's important to be part of the community, and that's why I learned Spanish years ago. Just a little story about that is people always say, how did you learn Spanish and to speak so well? Well, it's called one word, one day at a time. First, I bought all the CDs of Luis Miguel.
Yeah.
And I learned all the words. I'm not a singer, I'm a dancer, but I learned all the words at home. And I started to understand what they said. And then I decided that every day I would learn one new word. And I'm thinking after a year, 365 new words. So I fell in love with como se dice, como se dice, como se dice. And the population here, the Mexican, are so supportive and helpful when they say you do an effort. So, they thought it was funny with my French accent, which is now I've got 3 different accents going. And so they were very helpful. So 12 years later, I'm very proud to say that I speak Spanish, which was very helpful for me to help, the Mexican population with healthy lifestyle.
You haven't told us the name of your place yet.
You mean my business?
Yes.
Isabelle Lifestyle.
Isabelle Lifestyle. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions,
Yes.
because first of all, this is your radio show, and you guys is what makes it so special. But I really like for people to know more about you, because sometimes we just talk about the business or that area, but first of all, you speak French because you're Canadian.
I'm French Canadian, yes.
Tell us like a little bit of your background. Well, you were in financial, but you were born in Quebec, correct?
I was born in Quebec, and I was in the financial field for 25 years. In the last 10 of mine, I was doing very well. I was successful. But I always tell people, if your heart isn't into it, you don't do service to the people that you are, serving, even though you might be doing well. So the last 10 years of my career, every time I closed the door of my office, I was always into healthy lifestyle, exercise, nutrition, until one day, and I was giving, advice very freely, and then until I realized that this is what I was supposed to do.
That made you happy.
Yes, it's, I always tell people, if you want to know what you're meant to do, always just check what you're doing after hours. What are you into? What are you interested in reading into? And people call my move courageous, because moving to a different country as a single woman, especially here in Mexico, it was really different for them to see me by themselves. The first thing they would ask me is your family with you? Are you married?
Okay, but you just touch a very important subject, because how many women might be looking at this interview and saying, like, I want to do a change in my life. I want to go to a warmer place, maybe Mexico. So in your experience that you're sharing that with us, like you might be touching someone that would say, like, I can do what Isabelle did.
Yeah, anybody can. The main thing is to know what you want to do.
Yes.
And have the passion. A lot of people come here and think that because it's so beautiful, that it's an easy life. It's not an easy life. For someone that wants to be that, unless you're retired and have the money to, enjoy the surrounding and so on, if you're here to change career or wanting to do something for this country, you have to come here with a plan and with passion, because it's tough. It's very challenging to make it in a foreign country. You have to make sure that you're there first to offer something to this country, which brings me to the reason why I learned Spanish. It's very important, if you decide to choose a country to stay in, whether it's full-time or part-time, it's a respect for the country first and foremost to learn the language. Like I tell my people from up north, don't give me any excuses. It's actually good for your brain. To learn a language is very good for your brain.
It's like gymnastics for your brain.
It's very good for the neurotransmitters and everything. So they always say, if you want to keep a good brain as you age, it's very healthy. But also, it's much more pleasurable to live in a country where you're able to go around, and if they don't speak your first language, you're able to actually, speak a few words. So that's very important.
Correct. Isabelle, also, when I was mentioning that I saw your post about this trail.
Yes.
It's where the trail that goes to Rancho Parralito. I thought it was a great idea, because when I have clients, when I sell a house, it's not only selling just the home, it's getting them to settle here, finding friends and activities. And some people are not into the beach or the restaurants or the bars that much, but they do like to have exercise. And I go to the Cerro de las Antenas here. That's my hike. I love it. And I meet a lot of people that said, like, oh my God, this is so cool. I saw somebody share it, and that's why I'm here. So tell us about this project.
Well, actually, it's the ranch of my friend and colleague, Wendy Rudell, who's actually a naturopathic doctor here in Los Cabos. They have a ranch 20 kilometers inside of the desert, the mountain here. And when you get here and you're totally immersed in the beauty of the surrounding, there's another side of Los Cabos that people don't see. And actually, a lot of tourists are very struck to see there's mountains in Los Cabos, because the only thing you see really, and that maybe is a message for all of the beautiful resort owners here, is we only show the sea, which is abundance. It's one of the jewels of Los Cabos. But there's a whole other side of Los Cabos, which I call mountainside, that is absolutely stunning with these ranchos. So, and Wendy and I are both proponent of, reconnecting with nature, first of all, for the health benefit, we all know. And we're all surrounded and connected to a place where there's a Wi-Fi, and the electromagnetic field has been a big issue for us. It affects our endocrine system.
That's the first time I have heard of that. The Wi-Fi?
Yes, it affects us tremendously from sleep to hormone disruptor and so on. So we have to be connected for work and for different reasons, but we need to disconnect to reconnect with ourselves. So discover the trails as different reasons is, first of all, to show the beauty of the other side of Los Cabos, the mountains and the trails. And people start to ask us when they saw me doing 60 kilometers for my 60th birthday. So when I turned 60 last year, I always do something new for my birthday. And I'm not a runner, but I'm a nature lover. So I'm thinking, I'm going to train to walk 60 kilometers on my 60th birthday.
What a great idea.
Yes, it was fun. So I trained a few months. I have a coach that helped me. And then on my 60th birthday, the day before, it took me 12 hours. So it was a great spiritual journey. And people, because I do post, I use my social medias to inspire and motivate people.
And you do.
We want to try. We want to do that too. So I said to Wendy, her Rancho Parralito is this little oasis in the middle of the desert here. Is absolutely stunning. So we came up with the idea, Discover the Trails, which is from 9 to 2, and we usually have it on Sundays. We have it coming up this coming Sunday, the 24th of February. So we pick you up at great transportation from Mega, with La Comer in San Jose. And then when you arrive, we have a little bit of a active warm-up, and then we have a wonderful 1-hour trail. And some of the trails around the rancho. We come back and Wendy does the yoga stretching, because Wendy is like not only a naturopathic doctor, but she's an amazing yoga teacher and breath teacher and a raw foodist. So we do some stretching. Then we have people take their shoes off. It's called earthing. There's nothing better than to reground yourself.
We were talking about this on Friday, that I saw a post about that, mm-hmm. and I did it, and it felt so good.
Yes, it's one of the best way to reground yourself, to reconnect. And some of you up north, if you say, well, yeah, that's easy to say, Isabelle, but we have snow, go hug a tree. And if you don't have a tree, you can take a stone, because everything connected with nature. It might not be as attractive as what we do here, I understand, but just go hug something outside.
But just get on a plane and come here.
Yes, absolutely. Come to Los Cabos. And then when we finish after the stretching and the earthing, we're sitting around this nice wooden table and have a freshly made organic brunch. And people take part of a discussion around what is healthy lifestyle. How can we make some little changes that have a big impact, Yeah. And so it's a very cool discussion around healthy food, which is the best food in the world, as the least distance between the earth and the mouth. And here in Los Cabos, we're in full swing with the organic season. And it's a sin not to go there. There's one in San Jose on Saturdays. We have one in Palmia on Friday. The organic markets, we have Pentragal here. There's no reason. You can't miss one. And you even have boxes that are delivered if you can't make it to the markets.
So on Saturday, Radio Diferente, we went to do a walk around through the organic market. I haven't been there for a long time. I just fell in love. I bought some nopales because I love them. What a different taste from the ones that I regularly buy at the supermarket. But then I also I had 6 bags. I came home with 6 bags, 2 big of flowers like sunflowers and other types. And it was like 300 pesos. So in U.S. it's $15. You can't get organic that amount in the States for that price, right?
And when I see my expression, the least distance between the earth and the mouth,
yes,
that's what it means. When it's freshly picked, it's been pricked by the farmers that morning, and then you buy this, like it still has so much of the energy and the nutrients, like it's got this whole nutritional value. And we're so fortunate. Actually, Mexico and Los Cabos were one of the world's biggest exporter of organic vegetables and fruit. But it was about teaching people here, we have it here, to consume it. So there's been a big movement in the past many years for the farmers to now grow so many different heirloom variety of tomatoes, and they now are into kale and Swiss chard. So the farmers have really gained information on the different variety of vegetables, and they're providing us like at our doorstep. So I'm a very big supporter of buy local, support your community, and you're going to be healthier.
That is very, very smart. One of the things that I have learned a lot from my clients about food, I see that a lot of people are having more better habits in how they prepare their food and all, and we're going to talk about that, your next project. But what I have learned is that when I started getting on a more healthier lifestyle, then I was producing more. I would feel much relaxed, like I'm right now. I just feel like we're just chatting, like so nice. My desempeño, how would I say it in English? My performance in work is way much better because I'm eating better, and that's part of the project that you have, correct?
Yes, it is. Actually, I was mentioning about the fastest growing segment of the population, which is the middle class. And the wonderful thing is they're employing people from the underserved, section of the population. So they give them employment, and now they want these people to cook healthy for them. And the underserved population is these women, these señoras that they're hiring are incredible cooks of Mexican food. But they don't know, they have never learned of what it is to cook healthy. So my reason for being here, which was to help a country change your lifestyle, I've always wondered, how can I help this segment of the population? So, and people have asked me about cooking classes for years, and I never do things the regular way. I always like to also do things that have a win-win. So what I've come up with is starting to do healthy concept cooking classes for all of these cooks. So then their employers, the middle class, will pay for them to take my class. And so it's concept cooking because there's no recipe book. It's like what they learned from their abuela, which is their grandmother and their mother, they learn how to cook from scratch. And so my concept cooking are the same, except is how do you cook healthy? What type of oils? What ingredients? How to make a cream soup without cream? 10 ways how to work with quinoas. How to make a smoothie that is really healthy compared to a sugar bomb. So the excitement that I have is the win-win, because these women that are helping the middle class by cooking are going to go home at night, and now they're going to start to apply these concepts with their families where they would have never had an opportunity to learn. They don't have the means and so on. So my excitement is now you actually cover both sides of the population. The middle class that wants their cook to learn how to cook healthy will be served, and these cooks, will be learning and go back to their family and have an impact on their health. And that for me is it's a huge win-win. So I'm excited about that project.
It is, and also what I've seen a lot is like the consumption of sugar beverages, like soft drinks. And because in my experience, I had a friend that she was working with me 2 years ago, and she told me, you can never underestimate the power of a Coke. And I said, I'm not going to buy them Coke. It's not good for their health. And she said, you should see how much they like it, right? And I did see that people would go oh my God, a Coke. And that's a sugar bomb, because after lunch, then when they start getting a little bit more tired, and then they just drink that, and they're all the sugar into their bloodstream.
Also, people when they start, because they're always starting to be that underserved population, they're starting to be conscious about obesity and diabetes, which are huge issues here in Mexico. So sometimes they will switch from Coke to juices to think it's better. Well, one glass of orange juice has the same sugar content as a Coke.
Or that sweet tea.
Yes.
That black tea drinks. I think they have more sugar than...
Yeah, and some of them, the sugar quality might be better, but sugar is sugar. It's the same impact on your blood glucose and on your fat mass, and these are things that people don't know. So part of this concept cooking classes, which will be very unique, is it's going to be a combination of cooking very easily from scratch, like the concepts of what it is to create meals very easily, very simply with what you have. Also, I'm going to combine this with some basic concept about health, and stress management and sleep. So I want to try this into my cooking class, which will make a very different type of cooking class. And it's an exciting project. The way I'm going to start it is by using the kitchen of one of these people that have a bigger house.
Okay.
And I will take 10 and 15 cooks at a time. And even if you don't have a cook at home, most people have cleaning ladies. Well, it's also open to your cleaning lady. If you want to do a big gift, because the cooking classes are going to be very inexpensive. It's $50 for 2 hours.
Okay.
And so it's not expensive, but the value of that for the person that you're employing is huge. First of all, for you, it's going to really help them to cook the way you want, but you're going to help them to impact their life and the health and the life of the family that they have. So that's an invaluable gift.
Okay.
If you want to do something good, it goes a long way.
So please tell our viewers if they want to enroll or get their cooks to enroll in that course, how do they find you?
They can find me either on my social media, like Isabelle Lifestyle, so it's Isabelle, BELLE -lifestyle. I also have Isabelle Gagnon, my personal page, but also through email, my email address.
Share as much as you want.
So i.healthcoach@gmail.com. Or through WhatsApp, 624-155-0893, 624-155-0893.
Very good.
So,
and I'll share, you sent me the picture with the information. I will also post that after the show so people can go and see it. And I really highly recommend it. I want to do it, and I want to do the trail too. So the trail is on the 20th.
24th is our next one, Sunday. So if you're interested, it's only open to 15 people maximum.
15.
15, because we're not equipped yet for larger groups, but we have a lot of initiatives coming up. We're going to do eventually one-day health retreat. Sometimes we'll do discover the trails in the afternoon to have a dinner as opposed to brunch, and then a fire, under the stars, because if you've never experienced what it is to see the stars without the city lights, it's actually a gift from God. It's unbelievable to be able to see the starry sky with no Wi-Fi, no, no sound, no.
Just the silence.
No city sound, just the silence and the stars. It's it's unbelievable to discover. And I don't want to forget to send this message to the population. If you have an unused kitchen, or if you have a homeowner that has a big kitchen that you would like to support us, because I'm looking for a kitchen, because I'd like to make this a permanent part of teaching in Los Cabos and eventually go across Mexico with that initiative. But first here in Los Cabos, if you have a kitchen that you can lend us, that would be wonderful and helpful.
Perfect. And also Isabelle will be joining us on the Spanish program, so she can also do it in our Spanish show with our Spanish audience.
Yes.
Okay, so we're almost coming to the end of our show, a couple of minutes, and thank you. I want to appreciate that. I'm very appreciative that you guys came here today and share your wonderful stories. Isabelle will be following you around.
I want to say thank you, Dana, because you have an amazing creative way of it's promoting your business, but it's so much more than that. You're bringing value to your viewers and to the people that you serve by sharing a little bit of what Los Cabos is really all about too. It's much more than just a vacation and drinking margarita, which is a good thing to do, and tacos, but there's just so much more to see in Los Cabos, and you have an amazing way to share that. So I want to thank you for putting this together and for the opportunity to share a little bit of what we do.
Thank you. Just to answer that, for me, it's more about content, about giving more than receiving. If somebody likes me and they want for me to be their realtor, more than happy. I'm very structured. I have been in real estate for 25 years. I have had a lot of fun. It's my passion, but also the lifestyle. And it came to a point in my life that I want to enjoy life. I want to paint. I want to go on the trail. I want to eat healthier. I want to spend more time at home. So this is a great time, a great place. And then I have met really nice people and made great friends, right?
Yeah, well, we still have some opening for Sunday, Dana, for the trail walk.
Okay, well, if my husband's going fishing, I'll go. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I think I'll go. Okay, Bobbie, thank you so much. She's giving you the microphone.
Oh,
Thank you so much, my dear friend.
And thank you for being such a friend to me at a very difficult time.
Well, but everything's fine now.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Remember, we have the open house here in Villa Neptuno number 7 until 4 p.m. Hope you can join us. And thank you so much. I'm Dana Lurenberger for Los Cabos Home and Life.
That was excellent.
My voice is going as we speak.
Yeah, but that was excellent. I'm going to turn to. What's going on? I could use that. I really did that. So relaxing and wonderful.
Yes, it's wonderful. Yes, it's